What's up guys, Irish Turtle here, welcome to Rainbow Six Siege map video. So today's episode is Presidential Plane. I'm going to hop straight in, I'm going to show you the camera spots. I'm going to do this video a little bit different, I'm going to try and speed it up and do it as quickly as I can. So hopefully you're going to enjoy this format a little bit more than the other ones. I chose a basic map that lots of people understand and know. So hopefully, it'll be a little bit easier to get this video done and obviously make it look just a little quicker than the other ones. So we'll see how it goes. Alrighty guys, so as always we're going to look at the camera spots first. So as we come in here on the left side of the plane, just below the cockpit, we're going to go right, we're going to go straight across here, and the first camera is located just here. Take it out quite easily. Okay guys, the next internal camera spot is located in the cargo hold, which is located towards the centre of the plane. You come in and it's here, located on the west side. The third camera is located in the luggage hold, just there. The fourth camera is located in the cabin staff section, right up here. And the final camera that I just missed is in the press section, right here, on the east side. Those are all the interiors cameras, guys. So, hopefully, that'll give you guys an idea of where all the cameras are located. Next, we're going to jump on to defending and attacking. Okay, guys, the first place we're going to talk about is the staff section. Now, in here, you'll find that you'll defend here for secure locations. For this, you want to watch out for the windows, because attackers can attack in. And then defending points. I'm literally just going to cut to them. So, the first defending point, here, located in this corner. Here, located at this wall. Shoot under there. Here, look under this door. You've got an entire coverage of this wall. Mute bandit, mute bandit, mute bandit, all the walls. And that's pretty much all the defensive. If you want to attack this room, my suggestion is you have a player push through to that wall, through the bedroom. You have a player push through at the door, and you have a player push through on the wall on that side if it's not barricaded. If it is, push through the door. That's how you attack. It's fairly simple, really easy. This room is actually probably the simpler room to attack. And what I suggest here is you actually take this door down, because normally there's one, and cover that door. Peek around, make sure there's no one there. Peek around, make sure there's no one there. Staff section, drone spots, we're going to quickly talk about. The first ones are usually just on any of the chairs, really. As long as you're hiding in the chairs, you're fine. It's fairly easy, fairly simple. You can hide pretty well. That's pretty much it for this room. There aren't many other spots, really, just in between chairs, under the tables, whatever have you. Now we're in bedroom. Now bedroom, the defensive points are quite simple. We literally say back here, coverage. You can't see the door, but you can see to the right. Just here, coverage of the main section. Barricade this wall, not this wall. Punch a hole through here. Lay down, and you can shoot into the corridor, so you get a good view. Like imagine if I was laying down here, the sort of view you get is sort of like this sort of area here, which is a fairly good one for defensive. Obviously, you mute bandit everything, as per normal, and those are the defensive spots in here. You can also stick someone just here to cover the main door as well, or you can stick somebody here, as I said before. Attacking wise, all you need to do is breach the back wall. I'd say push through this wall, then this wall, then you're in here, and then you can push through into here, and have another player here pushing the main door. That's that. Bedroom drone spots we're going to just look at. There is up here right next to the TV on top of the phone. It's a good spot. Top shelf here, again fairly obvious, people do tend to look up here at the minute. This corner, again you can sort of peek out round. It's fairly good. There's also the possibility of using the other room. This room I'd suggest going behind the sofa, fairly easy to hide. Or alternatively, you want to go up here on one of these shelves, but again, you're fairly obvious up here, so I'd say go behind the sofa. Alright guys, so press section, one to quickly talk about. Obviously here, the hiding places are pretty much just within all of the chairs. Anywhere on the chairs will do. Hide along any of these chairs with your drone. I'm not going to bother doing the drone spots because they're fairly obvious defensive-wise. You can, obviously, need to watch for this room, so I suggest barricading this door here. Barricade that door there, barricade that door there, reinforce everything, and then stay the fuck away from these windows. So defensive side, lay down here, again, to avoid Glaz. Lay down here, avoid Glaz. And obviously get coverage of the doors. And sometimes lay down here, but again, if they've got a Glaz, you're probably not worth doing, because he can shoot through from there. As his gun can breach this glass, whereas your guns can't. Unless, of course, he shoots through, and then you can shoot through the windows he's broken. So that's the press section. Attacking-wise, I'd suggest having Glaz outside to shoot through the windows, as I would on most of these. But definitely this area and the area across just the way that I'm going to do next. Obviously, if you get a breach, I would highly suggest having someone go upstairs, round, and drop down here, because again you've got that sort of coverage that's different. Have two angles of attack from this door and this door, as opposed to from the side where you're going to get hit. Sometimes you want to have like another player pushing up this way as well, so then you've got three angles of fire. And again, if possible, you also want to breach this wall here at the same time. Then you've got four avenues of attack, and the enemy team are a little bit more pushed and a little bit more vulnerable, really, from your players. Okay, so now we're going to look at the cargo hold. This is a bit more of an interesting one to do, because there are less barricades you can do. I'd suggest ripping this down immediately and putting up a castle barricade, and then putting down a deployable shield just here. The reason for that is it means that if an enemy has to come, you're going to know they come. If you want to hide somebody, I suggest hide them here, covering the stairs. The next position would be here, covering this main door. Have somebody over here with their back to this, I suggest, so you've got cover from behind, and then you can shoot across that way through the open door, or through the closed door as you should have closed it. So that's this room. Again, it's a fairly simple one. I'm pretty sure you can't breach through these walls. If you can, all you need to do is reinforce and bandit, as I normally suggest. Attacking wise, I'd suggest pushing down the stairs, through there, and through the trapdoor all at once, because again it spreads the enemy's fire and they get a bit thinner. Okay, so for drone spots in cargo hold, first of all I suggest jumping onto this black box. Very carefully, don't fall down the back of it. And then onto the top of these. Again, fairly good. People don't really look over here. And then if you're really good, you can jump across to this one. And then on top of here. And again, you've got good coverage of the room. Most players don't look up here for drones. And it's, it's a good idea. Obviously, these drone spots are a little bit hard to get to, but that's how it is. The next room, luggage hold. So we're going to look at luggage hold next. Obviously, defensive points. This is fairly simple. Reinforce all these walls. Someone down here to cover this door, and it means you can also flick across to that door. Someone over here covers the main door and can come across in case someone comes through. And again, as long as this is all reinforced, you should be fine. Someone down here cover the main hallway, and again covered from the back, so you're not going to get shot in the back. And then finally, if you need someone else, I suggest placing them here. As always with these sorts of rooms, you always want to be reinforcing these trapdoors, sending someone up to reinforce them. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're going to luggage hold for drone spots. First of all, my big suggestion is to put a drone sort of somewhere over here with the laundry, possibly on the laundry machine, or in the laundry machine. Actually, it's not a bad idea either, because again, you've got that coverage and you can hide back in here. Most players don't tend to look in them. On top of the luggage, the back up here. Oh no, there's invisible walls, never mind. So, like I said, behind that box is a fairly good one as well. It's instead of going inside the washing machine. Also, another good spot is over this side of the room, but again, like players tend to be looking this way, so you're kind of trying to risk reward, but you can just hide under here, and that's pretty much your options. So I'm pretty sure that's everything down here to cover. Alright guys, so the second to last room is the meeting room. So first of all, we're going to check drone. As you can see, I've changed operator, but it's simply because I'm not too fussed. Drone spots, I'd suggest behind, sort of here, the chair, like with the briefcases, obviously if you don't destroy them. On the table, sort of hide in with the bags and stuff, it's a fairly good spot. Alternatively, I'd say you get on here, and on top of the speaker. It's one of those ones where it's a possible one. People don't tend to look up here, but it takes a bit of time to get up, so you're probably more than likely to get shot trying to get up. And then, again, sort of, you can glitch into the roof, which is a fairly nice little spot on top of these lights, which I've always thought was quite funny. And gives you a view of the room. I'm not sure really how that looked for the enemy. There you go, it's completely invisible, so I can see into the room and they can't see me, so that's a nice little glitch spot. Or, if you don't like to be glitching, on top of the TV, that's another fairly good spot. So, defending wise in this room, I'd suggest barricading, castle dooring, and obviously reinforcing everything, mutant bandit or all. Have someone here to cover the bottom of the door. Have someone in this corner over here, again covering the door. And finally, I'd say place someone here, covering the door, or alternatively have a roamer, and just have two in here. Because normally you're only ever in here for bomb or hostage, and they're quite easy just to deal and place other people around. Attacking wise, I'd suggest attacking two locations at once. My first is the back right hand corner here, because once I detonate this, it gives me a clear view into the room, into the back half of the room. And then if your teammates are communicating with you and you're working with other players, I suggest breaching from this side over here.
Setting charge.
And that gives you a clear view into this side of the room. My reason for this is, with that attack, you've covered 2 sections of the room fairly well, so even if you need a thermite to maybe run across, it covers the entire room and you get a good spray pattern in. Now, the final room to talk about is the executive office. Now, this room is a bit different to the other ones, as the fact that it's so small to defend, and you're only in here for bomb anyway. So my suggestions for hiding your drone are either under here, behind this briefcase, or behind this chair, sort of just popping in and out as you see fit. Up here on the table, sort of, you know, however you choose. And then the final one is either on top of the cupboard, you get a good view of the room, or on top of this cupboard over here. Again, you get a fairly good view of the room, and you can also jump across if you need be to here, if you're not too good at jumping. But again, as you can see, it's a fairly obvious thing. People are going to see it and shoot it. Defending wise, obviously you want to watch out for Glaz, so I'd say lie down maybe here, covering this door, obviously if this is all reinforced. Have someone maybe behind the desk, again, you're sort of watching out for Glaz, but I'm pretty sure he can't hit you here anyway. You got good coverage of the door, and maybe someone up here, again covering the door. Realistically, you only ever need 2 people in here, because you're only over here for bomb, and then you've got to defend the other room as well. Attacking wise, I'd suggest having a player upstairs, breach through there, a player over here, breach through this down section, and then you can cover here, make sure there's no enemies, and move in. Cover there as well, just in case they're popping over here. Then you have thermite, you'll probably want to breach this wall here. You rush in, and then if you breach this far left wall here, once it's then breached, if you then manage to plant, you can sort of hide here and poke the hallway and just sort of focus on the hallway for where the enemies are going to come from, because that's the only place they can really rush you from. And that's the final room. So, my last little talk about this map is just generally about one of my favourite operators for this map, and that's Glaz. Glaz is a character, he's actually really good for this map because he can shoot through all of these windows. Normally, they're bulletproof to everyone else, but Glaz can shoot through them really easily. So, you want to watch out for him if you're defending, and you want to sort of try and stay away from standing in front of these windows because you will die quite easily, or lie down when you go past them to try and avoid getting shot. If your team is playing Glaz and you're playing him smart, you're going to probably place him on one of these crow's nests, the wing or the other crow's nest, and again, it's so you can shoot into the windows, make call-outs, and as long as they're on this upper floor, you're sort of going to be better off for it, because it means you can attack easily into the rooms. Also, obviously to deal with him, if you're a defender, my best method is to rip down this like barricade, and then sort of focus fire, tap fire here, tap fire here, tap fire there, or do it from the other side of the plane over there, same principle, tap fire whichever one he's on, and try and hit him from a distance. So that's pretty much everything there is to talk about this map, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit quicker than my other ones, so I'm going to try and keep the other ones down a bit. But it depends on the map size, depends on the map rooms and all the different entry points. But again, as I've always said, this is only a basic video showing you the basics of each map. And obviously you can devise your own strategies, placements, whatever you see fit. I'm just sort of teaching you the basic placement you want to be using to try and keep yourselves alive and defend objectives. So hopefully you've enjoyed, guys. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe for more, comment below on your ideas on how you defend and attack certain rooms, and I'll see you in the next one.